everyone, and welcome back to another episode on my channel. Oh, hello. Let's get out of that. Anyway, today I'm going to give you a house tour. I did end up finishing decorating the inside, with the exception of decorating my yard, but I'll do that soon. But I'll give you a house tour, and then we're also going to be building a big greenhouse today, and then I'm gonna turn it off of peaceful mode because I do want that mob loot. I get some of it by letting up my cat, but like I do, and I should really just be an adult. But once my greenhouse is built, then I can be an adult. So anyway, house tour. Yeah, I added some vines. I didn't dawn on me that the vines would grow like this. They're growing kind of crazily around my house. I kind of like it though. It makes it feel more lived in. And then last episode, I know we talked about the llama. I added a chest to my little mule and my horse, and then we also got a camel, which he has to stay on a lead because he can literally just walk over this. But we also had to build a bigger pen so he could fit the camel because he didn't fit under the original pen. So that's that. I took down the sugar cane because that's going back in the greenhouse, but this is going to be a cute little front pond area, which if we have time today, we'll decorate. But if you come in here in the adventure room, which we had mostly, I mean, this all looks the same, but I added these little barrels as a little garden section, and then this is kind of just like a landing room. I don't really know what you would call this, but there's a table and chairs and my little tulip wall that I made this grandfather clock with like the one of, I've only found 2 squid glowing ink sacs, but I have a working clock there. And then this is how I spruced up my little crafting section, and you saw the furnace and the storage. And yeah, I mean, this little buddy's stuck. I don't know what his problem is. He just got stuck there, but there's my other little copper golem. Then we replaced these stairs, and I ended up figuring out a design that I liked that didn't feel cluttered, but still kind of, got the wall all covered. So we have the chest with, all this stuff. And then I do have a few enchanted books, and then, yeah, the grindstone, the anvil, and then I thought this kind of added to the enchanting vibes, just adding that beam, and it gives more lights. And then this dog, which is foreshadowing something, but this is the enchanting setup I have right now. It is a full enchanting setup. I added those little purple candles, and then I added this just because I do have like this part of my roof that I could still access, and I was like, well, it'd still be nice to come enjoy the view, maybe, work on my target practice when I make a bow and arrow, just a thought. But yeah, that's pretty happy with how my little enchanting setup is. And then kitchen, nothing's changed here, but we do have a fully furnished living room with my cute little heart button and my vinyl wall, and this chest has all 4 of these are the same exact vinyls. I have not found any other ones. And then my cat that we still haven't named with a little cat tree, and then I got a dog, which major foreshadowing, he looks just like the dog in the painting, which is crazy to me that they look the same to me. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I saw him and I was like, he's such a pretty color. I love him. So yeah. And then this is the finished bedroom. I kind of made like a little built-in situation with some bookshelves, and I put the sea pickles there because they look like cups, and this is probably my favorite painting in all of basic Minecraft. And then I had my trinket wall, which I found a desert temple, so that's where I got that little chiseled creeper. And I thought he was cute and kind of added, to the room. I punched out the windows and I only did the bottom half because on the outside it would look really weird on the top. So I just did those 2 rows. And then, yeah, we took down the pink wall, and this is all bamboo to separate this, which I think looks so much better because, you know, it separates the room. But yeah, I like how that turned out. So anyway, now to the main event of the video, which is working on my greenhouse, which, I mean, it is like partially planted, but I'm actually gonna take all this down. I did make the basic structure for it already, but I want to take, except the sugarcane, because that's definitely staying there. But I'm just gonna remove all the plants and we'll have a big replanting session together. So this is kind of what we're rocking with on the outside right now. I have just these places in front of the window for the cactus. I mean, you can see the little cactus flower over here. I don't know, I feel like it kind of will deter monsters because I want it to be big and open, but like I don't want to be out here at night and then just, you know, a creeper staring at me. So I like to have those cactuses is kind of like an extra barrier. That's also why the sugarcane's on this far wall, because it grows and acts as an extra barrier. And I'll put probably, maybe I'll put, I was originally thinking like a beam across for Coco, but maybe I'll put a beam across here. I originally had them here, but then I was like, these are good spots for the beehives. And then I have my little automatic composter, which is such a slay. You always have to have that, in my opinion. So I don't know, what should we put the glass up? I think that's what we're gonna do first. So glass already, so we have extra glass if we need it. We should probably get, while we're working on this, our bamboo. Okay, so this shouldn't be too hard. I'm just gonna do the corners first, I think. And then we'll do the big window, and then we'll do the roof. Oh, and I don't think this was in the last video, but there's my little animal pen that I've started. I need to breed them better. I just hasn't quite been a priority, especially because when you don't really need food, because you play on peaceful mode. But I still like to farm and all that stuff, so I do really need food. And I will really need food when I decide to stop being a weenie. And then, yeah, I'll probably do glass in those 3 spots too, I think. So 1, 2, 3. And then, do I just want to cover the ceiling, or I feel like I'll try to make it rounded and it won't go very well. But I think I like the idea. If I had a silk touch pickaxe, I would give it an attempt, but I have not been fortunate enough to get that yet. I might try maybe to village trade for it or something. We'll see. Okay, can I reach that? Not quite. I've made a similar greenhouse to this before, and it turned out really cute. I was really pleased with it. I had it off the back of my house, but it wasn't like you didn't walk out my back door into the greenhouse. But that's kind of the vibe that I want here, which is why we're doing it. Oh no, we'll break that later. Ooh, I'm starting to get nervous about the amount of glass that I have. Wondering if I'm gonna run out, and I think I am. How far these go? I know that there's like a way that they go, but I don't know what that is. Like how many blocks get wet, I don't know that off the top of my head. So I think I'm just gonna wait and see like how far they go, and then I'll probably just place another one over there wherever I think it needs. But I like to have the lily pads so I can still like walk out here and I'm not constantly falling. And then just plant the other cactus so I can harvest it out here. I don't need to be harvesting it in here. Sometimes too I'll like put like a wall of bamboo, but I feel like bamboo would just be better in a lumber yard. We'll probably make a lumber yard. I mean, I kind of have one right now, but it's not awesome. And then I am gonna want to hang at least one lantern in here. Probably in the middle. I'm not quite sure where the middle is considered, but we'll figure it out. Whatever looks pretty. I don't know, maybe you can hang lanterns off of, you know, glass. But just in case you can't, it also just helps to break it up a little, I think. So close, so far. Might be able to finish it up from the ground. No, I think it'll just be easier to go back up and finish it up there. And then one more. Maybe I should have. Actually, that worked out just fine. The beans right now, too. I mean, should I just do... They need room. Should I just do them all against this wall? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it would be... Or I could just end it at 6. Although I feel like I could just not do it right here. And then do it. So it's like 3 melons, 3 pumpkins is what I'm thinking. Because if I need to get more than that, I can always just make a big pumpkin farm later. But I probably won't end up needing more than that, so I don't think I'm gonna waste my time. So I think since these are gonna be the melons and whatnot, I am gonna plant some other seeds there in case they start sprouting before I've planted everything else. So that way I can kind of like give them the direction that I want them. Come on, why would you plant? Oh, because I'm trying to plant sugarcane. Duh. That way I can kind of get them in the direction that I want them to go. Three, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now let's get the rest of the seeds. I guess it's really only one more thing of seeds. I like to do a kind of like chaos farming in a way when I plant some stuff, because the crops, fun fact, actually do grow better when they're growing next to things. So like you don't really, when you're planting, want to do like, oh, this big 9x9 of wheat and then this big 9x9 of, you know, potatoes. And you want them, and you don't have to do it chaos as in the way that I'm doing it. I just thought it'd be kind of fun if it was all chaotic. But typically what you would do is you could do like a row of potatoes and then a row of beets and then a row of carrots and then, you know, like a row of wheat and then kind of repeat that. But the way that I'm doing it, you know what? I know that I was gonna say this was like a landing pad, but we're just gonna plant some wheat there. You don't necessarily have to do it the chaos way that I did. You can do like row, 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 and they'll still grow just fine. But they do grow better when they're mixed up together. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. Is there anything that I'm missing? Oh, the flowers. The flowers for the bees that I don't have, but really, really will need. Because then it'll be growing crazily back there. I don't know if I can put this on the... Oh, I can. Would you look at that? Let's do some pink here. There we go. That's probably enough flowers. I actually think I'm going to just throw all of these yellow flowers here. Just because that was bothering me. Yeah, I think we have the water spread out pretty good. We can throw our leftover seeds here. We have some light. Let's see, how does it look coming from the outside with our cactuses? Looks pretty good. Okay, well, let's make them go upside down maybe. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, 4 should be plenty. Just to kind of frame the doorway. Yeah, I think that looks cute. I was thinking about maybe adding like a little sign that says the greenhouse. I might do that. I don't know if I'm gonna do that now. Although it would look cute like above the door. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna do that now though. But I think like, you know, just to kind of break it up a little bit. That looks cute. I really like those. I've never used those. I've never built those. Those would be such cute windows, window shades. I'm a big fan. It bothers me how it's like uneven, but there's nothing I can do about it, so I just have to leave it. Now around here, I was thinking shelves. I think we just do kind of like because I want these to be more practical, so like I'll put the hoe there in case I need it. Gonna just take this so I can fill this up and then I'll put it right back. But yeah, we can just throw some water buckets in here. And then I did just throw all of the seeds in there, but I think it would be cute to fill this with, you know, some seeds. Maybe I could fill it with, I don't really have a whole lot on me. Although I can do, because it's partially useful, partially for decoration. So we can just throw, you know, ooh, we can throw you. I literally have one of you in my house, but we can just throw you up there. I don't want to put a whole stack of each. I mean, maybe if I end up needing more storage, but I don't. So I really don't want to put like a whole stack of these. I just want to put one of each. Make it easy. Maybe I'll throw some water bottles. You know, actually, I am going to throw the empty bottles up there because I do want to have those readily available to get honey. So I probably will throw all 5 of those glass bottles up there. For now, I'll probably just stick them right there. And then I think I'm also gonna make some shears for the honey too, so in case I don't have any on me, I can just grab some. Yeah, I like that. That adds to the greenhouse vibes. I don't know if I like the moss floating there, but whatever. Whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. This ended up being a lot faster than I thought, but I'm pretty pleased with that. So we got the whole greenhouse done inside and out, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It looks so good on the back of my house. And yeah, it's already gonna be just a great little safe farm place that I can come here, you know, first thing in the morning or when I get back or at night when I'm trying to pass time. And yeah, things are already growing. These cocoa beans are looking really nice. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of the views that I get. I'm still a relatively new channel, so I really do appreciate any likes that you leave, any comments, any subscribes. I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying making these videos, editing them, trying to brainstorm different concepts for you guys, figuring out the mechanics of how to do this. But yeah, I really appreciate all and any support that you guys have been giving, and I'm excited to keep doing this. But any feedback, as always, any feedback that you guys have on how to make this better, any other builds you want me to see, or if you want to see me do adventures, just leave a comment and let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.